Hi there, this is part 2 of the Fender Bassman 100 amplifier. This is, I think it's from 1973, according to the serial number, so very, very old. I checked all of the capacitors in the doghouse, so I've screwed the top back on, and they are believably okay. So I don't know whether they've been replaced at some point with new old stock or something like that, but they are all right. All the resistors and the capacitors inside are also within spec, so there's nothing really to do. That the hum on it may be caused by incorrect bias, so I'm going to check the bias, but I've already cleaned all the pots and the crackle's gone completely, so I'm pretty sure that I mean, there's not a lot of hum there really, to be honest with you now, especially now I've cleaned the pot. So let me just, if I switch it on, I see it's on now. Right. All the valves are lighting up, although at one stage this one didn't look as though it was lighting up, this end one here, but it is. You may notice on here you've got two Fender groove tubes and two Svetlanas here. They're not exactly the same sort of tubes, but in this configuration it's probably all right, because you have one on one side and one on the other, so they come in pairs, so it's probably okay. I'm going to check that on the diagram anyway, because maybe you need the two Fenders on this side and the two Svetlanas on this side, but depends how they're configured, but that might be okay. So everything's lighting up. Let me flick the standby switch. Right, there's the hum. It could be worse for a 1973 amplifier, so anyway, if I that's channel 2. Yeah, some of this hum's coming from the actual cable. This is low. If I turn the volume down to minimum, you can sort of hear a little bit there, but there's nothing wrong with these capacitors. They're all tested perfectly, so I think it's probably normal for an amp of this age. I'm going to look into it a bit more. I'm going to check the obviously the biases on these, because that can cause some problems. I might swap out one or two of these valves and see if that does anything, because I have known valves to cause problems on the preamp and stuff like that. So I'll try a few things, but this I may be chasing. I mean, there we go. If I turn it up, you can hear that, but that's on the input there, so I don't know. Let me try this side here. Oh. See, if I mess with this, it only increases slightly. On this side, increases a lot. It could be because of the gain on the channel. I mean, there is nothing that can cause that sort of noise. As I say, I've moved the hum cancelling pot, and it doesn't make any difference. It just gives introduces a different sort of buzz. So I'm going to fully check this out. I've not worked on an amp this old, a Fender amp this old, and I would expect a small amount of hum. But yeah, I'm going to look into it anyway, and if basically it's not, the pots aren't crackling anymore, so that's job done for that. So none of the pots are crackling. I've cleaned all the pots, so checked everything on there, resistors, capacitors, a lot. So I would say this is probably all right, but I will just sort of check a few things out and might find that it's actually okay. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.